Hello, this is Podcasting in 3 Easy Steps with me, Juliana.
And me, Susie. We've spent years creating award-winning podcasts, and now we want to share what we've learned with you to help you get your podcast out of your head and into the ears of your audience.
In each short episode, we'll give you 3 simple steps to create and market an awesome podcast that your listeners will enjoy.
We're passionate about podcasting and the power it has to connect with your clients and community and transform your business.
Hello, my name is Helen Perry. I'm a marketing teacher and I mostly work with creative businesses who are promoting their work online. I really do love to help with emails and newsletters and the business of being bold about marketing and selling in general. I have a podcast called the Just Bloody Post It podcast, and Susie, one half of 3 Easy Steps, is the show's producer. Thank you to Jules and Susie for inviting me to take over and talk to you. Here are the top 3 things I have learnt about promoting a podcast. Number 1, if you want more people to listen to your show, you're going to need to tell people about your show. Podcast discoverability is notoriously difficult. So just making one and uploading it and hoping someone will listen and it will take off and awards will follow is probably just wishful thinking. So ideally, we need to think of multiple ways to promote every single episode of your show to the rest of your online audience, whatever size it is. For example, I have Instagram, email and LinkedIn, and Instagram and email are where most of my audience live. So in an ideal world, for every new episode of Just Bloody Post It, I'll have 2 Instagram reels to share across the week after it's been released. Plus I post about it to my Instagram stories. I will share details of the episode in my email newsletter and post one of those videos I mentioned to my LinkedIn. If it's a big juicy episode, I might even send out an extra stand-alone email about it. Repeat this every week. Promoting your podcast, part 2. This will be controversial among some podcast purists, but use video. Promoting an audio show on social media, so whether that's TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn, wherever, in other words, visual platforms, is really, really hard. And by hard, I mean it is difficult for a promotional post about a podcast to get traction with their algorithms. Those audiogram things, where you create a social media post using a soundbite from your podcast and maybe add on a graphic sound wave and some subtitles. They seem like a great idea, but honestly, no one really wants them. It's not what you're on Instagram or TikTok for. You want to watch and look at something. Since I've started videoing my podcasts, I use the online recording studio Riverside, which also allows you to video your recording as well as the sound, and sharing clips of these on my Instagram, the number of views and shares has shot up. It is multiple times more effective than sharing a quote or an audiogram. I recently saw Spencer Matthews, who's the host of multiple podcasts, including Big Fish and Spencer and Vogue, speak at the podcast show in London, and he estimated that using video trails for his podcast on social media has doubled the number of listeners his shows have got. Use video content to promote your show if you want more listeners. Finally, number 3, ask for help spreading the word about your podcast. In almost every episode of my show, I will explicitly say, support us, do us a favour, share this with your friends on social media if you think they'll love it too. Go and leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, please, and do subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you don't ask these things, you don't get. People aren't mind readers and they don't know how helpful it can be to get your show shared or mentioned somewhere, anywhere. So ask. Often they'll be more than happy to help. And then do all of these 3 steps on repeat. Keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.